What's going on, guys? ETP coming at you guys with another video today, and I wanted to make this video to give you guys a little update on the progress of my 2016 draft class. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you already got some new information last night. I tweeted out the first official screenshots from my 2016 draft class. I took the 5 most requested players from Twitter and I put their screenshots out, and you guys are seeing those in this video today, along with 3 brand new, never before seen screenshots of Karis LeVert from Michigan, who is a 71 overall, Jamal Murray from Kentucky, who is a 73 overall, and Jaylen Brown from Cal, who is a 76 overall. So hopefully you guys do enjoy these new screenshots. I will be tweeting out many more of them as we get closer to the release of this class, which I'll talk about in more detail later in this video. But definitely go follow me on Twitter for that. You guys will not want to miss out. And also, all of these ratings, all of the faces, accessories, everything is subject to change and will be changed all throughout the year. If you guys downloaded my classes last year, you know I kept that file updated all the way until draft night, and then even after draft night I still made some adjustments, and then we closed it out with that. But this thing will be getting updated a ton, and I'm trying to make it really high quality, and I'll talk about more of those details in this video. So generally what I'm going to talk about is just my progress that I've made, some of the things that I'm really liking about it, and some of the things that you guys can look forward to, and then I'll talk about the release date and stuff like that as well. So first of all, how far have I made it with this draft class? How many guys have I gotten done so far? Well, I have 30 guys 100% fully done. I just need to add the signatures to them, but I'm not doing the signatures. I actually have someone helping me with the signatures, and I'll talk about him right when the file releases. He is super good at putting in signatures and making sure those are really realistic, because that certainly was not my strong point last year. So he is going to be a huge help. But once he sends me over the signatures, those guys will be fully done. And then I also have another 7 guys that are almost fully done minus the signatures. But the signatures won't take like any time. Like I could go through, once I get, you know, the first 60 guys done, which is how many guys, or at least 60, maybe a little bit more, but at least 60 guys when the draft class releases. I can pretty much just go through and add the signatures all in one swoop, so that won't take very long. But I got 7 more guys that are pretty much done, so that leaves me with about 23 more guys to go until I have the top 60, and then as I said, more guys will be added as well. And I will give you guys a full list of the players that will be included at first release, and I'll also give you details on some more players that will be added. Because if you guys watched my initial draft class details video that I posted before 2K16 came out, I talked about the spreadsheet that I have, and that spreadsheet also includes a long list, a long priority list that I have for the guys that I want to make and what order I'm going to make them. So I have a list much longer than 60 players, and I will continue to follow that list, but I'll just be releasing the first version when it does have 60 players, and that will be coming out on October 27th. If I finish it early, I haven't decided if I should release it early. I don't think I'm going to be finishing it early. I definitely don't want to rush it, but I am on track to be able to finish the top 60 guys by October 27th, and that is definitely a good release date. That is the first night of NBA basketball, which goes hand in hand with the draft class, and you guys can jump in, get the official rosters, and you know, have that opening season, have the opening season rosters, and then get started with your My GM and My League using my draft class and stuff like that. So that is still the release date. If anything changes, I will keep you guys updated, but that is also why it's important to follow me on Twitter, because that's where I tweet all this stuff out, because I haven't been able to make videos quite as frequently as I would have liked to, because recently I've been really busy with school and everything, and I just haven't gotten the chance. So definitely go follow me on Twitter if you want the info on this. So those are the guys that I have finished so far. That list I tweeted out last night, that only had 30 guys on it. Those are the guys that I had fully done, so those were the only guys that I was going to give screenshots for, but I will be giving screenshots for more guys later on. So as far as some of the things that I'm really liking as I'm making this, first off, the faces are a lot more accurate than last year. Even though the face creating options in the creative player this year aren't that different from 2K15 at all, and in some ways they are a little worse, the faces have been enhanced. Basically what I did for a lot of guys was I recorded the face creations from 2K15 so I could do it quicker, and then I took that face creation and I modified it further to make it as realistic as possible. Also, the new hairstyles add a lot to the game, especially for guys like Melo Trimble and Monte Morris. Those hairstyles look way better than they had in 2K15. Even though they still don't match up perfectly, it looks way better, and that's a huge thing. I'm really happy with the hairstyles in Create a Player this year, so I'm really happy with how the guys look. As far as the ratings, this is probably the part that I'm most excited about, because last year I felt that my ratings were really good, tendencies were decent, even though I didn't put nearly as much work into tendencies last year as I wanted to. I feel like all this stuff this year is so balanced with the regular roster, and I'll actually put up a picture on screen right now of these sheets that I printed out, and these are sheets that I made of all the 5 positions, and they have the average attributes for each position, for every single attribute in the game just about. So basically what I'm doing is when I'm making these ratings, and as well I have the tendencies too, but I have that on my laptop, I didn't print those out, but all this stuff is basically on a scale of the average tendency. So when I'm reading scouting reports and I'm watching scouting report videos and learning about these players and forming their ratings, I can base it fully off of the real roster. So if it comes up that they are above average at 3-point shooting, for example, which doesn't happen too much with the rookies. I'm definitely on a lower scale. Like, I don't want to give, if a guy's a really good 3-point shooter in college, I don't want to make him like have a 95 3-point rating, because then it'll be like up there with Steph Curry. Obviously it's going to be on a lower scale than that, but generally everything is based on these average tendencies. So if a guy's below average, I can make it below average. If he's above average, I can make it above average, and so on and so forth. That works the same way with tendencies. I also got data on potential ratings for all the rookies first and second round, so I know generally what the potential ratings are for guys certain draft positions, so I'm taking that into consideration. Potential will be no issue this year. There are no players with above a 90 potential rating. I believe the highest one is an 89 potential, and then most of them fall in the 70 to 80 range. So most guys will top out as role players, and I'm very excited about that. You won't have a ton of guys becoming 85, 90 overall while you're playing into future years, so that's really good. Also, the badge numbers, that's something I got a lot of complaints about last year. People thought I had too many badges on rookies and too many gold badges and stuff. All that has been scaled down, and it matches up really well with how many badges the actual draft picks from this past year have. So I found that the average number of badges generally for the first round players are at the top of the draft. It kind of varies. You have guys, I think D'Angelo Russell has like 18 badges, which is crazy, and then you have Porzingis, who only has 2 badges. So it kind of varies in there, but then once you get into the middle and later first round, everybody's kind of generally in the 1 to 3 badge range, and then once you get in the second round, pretty much everybody has 0 badges. So that will also be reflected in my draft class to make sure that this is the most balanced thing you guys will play with, and you have no fear about these guys becoming overpowered or being on a different scale than anyone else. And just to go into a little more detail about how closely I'm trying to balance this with the real roster, all accessory colors this year will be matched up as well. I went into the real roster and I found the patterns that they use, for example, like for arm accessories like sleeves and stuff, no matter what, on every single team, the color of sleeves is team color too. So I went in and I made sure everybody's sleeves and arm accessories were at team color too. For the lower body accessories like pressure shorts and knee pads and compression pants and all that stuff, that has a certain pattern as well. So some teams, all the lower body accessories are white, and some teams, all the lower body accessories are black. So I found that most teams in the NBA have the all black lower body accessories, so that's what the guys in my draft class will have. So everything is going to be as balanced as possible, and it will continue to become even more balanced as we learn more information about these players and we get the official roster updates, and I continue to update the file. But I can guarantee you guys 100% that this will be the most balanced draft class that you guys have ever played with. And truly, I believe that this draft class that I'm making right now, the initial version of my 2016 class, will be a higher quality than the final version of my class last year. That's how big of a leap I've made as far as trying to balance this draft class and make it as good as possible. So that's generally what I have so far. That's how far I've made it. That's what I'm looking forward to. Everything is looking phenomenal. I cannot wait to play with this draft class, and I can't even wait, more to get this out to you guys. And I really appreciate all the support and all the people that are looking forward to it. Again, I can't wait to get it out to you guys. I don't want to make you wait any longer, so I'm trying to grind this out. But I want you guys to know that the time that it's taking is very well spent, and it will be very high quality, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. Before I sign off, I do want to say something about my 2017 draft class. Some players, when I release this class, will not be there, and again, I will, tweet out the list and give you guys a list on YouTube as well when I do the first video on the draft class. I'll give you guys the list of players that are in the class, but some of the guys that you might think will be in there will actually be in my 2017 class, and I've actually thought about a way to kind of mix that while you're waiting for the 2017 class. So some guys that are going to ultimately be in my 2017 class until we find out later on if they're declaring for the draft or not. I was thinking about maybe making them and then putting them in the 2016 until my 2017 releases, but I still need to figure all that out. I don't want people to have like duplicate players in their my GM and my league and stuff, so we'll have to figure all that out. I don't have a release date on that, but I might release that with not quite 60 players, just so you guys can at least have a base. That'll be sometime after my 2016 class, but that is a little bit further in the future. So that's that. So thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to the draft class. Again, October 27th is the day that I will be releasing it, and make sure to follow me on Twitter to get even more information leading up to that date. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.